Hi Naveen, welcome to Namma Bengaluru. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for inviting me.
You are the first CIO of Databricks itself.
Yeah.
Like didn't have CIOs before that. What are some of the learnings made you think like, holy crap, like this is
Generally CIOs have a playbook,
okay.
and it absolutely doesn't apply Databricks.
How would the AI world look like without Databricks?
AI world or the data world, I think there will be a lot more data silos.
What is the strategy for Databricks growth here in India, and how does it play for the global narrative from, you said product from India to the world?
Talent is global, and I feel India has some of the best talent. We are trying to capture that market from a talent standpoint.
So I want to understand, you work with a lot of these companies here, Swiggy, Zepto. What do you have to say for Piyush Goyal's statement? Do you agree or disagree with that?
AI foundation models are interesting, they're important, but that is not where the puck is going.
So what is happening with DBRX? Where is it currently being used? No news ever since that, hit the top charts. After that, nobody saw anything about DBRX.
Yeah, so I think our goal was to...
Hi Naveen, welcome to Namma Bengaluru. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for inviting me.
You happen to wear mixed hats. You're also an advisor where you advise like for companies like high growth companies like Zoom. You have Rubrik, Tori, and then you have many other companies.
Legit Security.
Legit Security as well. You wear that advisory hat, and also you're running a CIO role here at Databricks. What is that one advice that you take that has helped you leading Databricks as well? Like how do you manage all of this?
Yeah, so I was the first CIO at Databricks.
Yes.
From a product mindset standpoint that came into Databricks, I took the product market fit quotient that you learn from advisors and try to apply that in IT at Databricks. So really having this product mindset rather than project mindset is something that I've taken from the advisory group into Databricks.
Your team also is like the first customers of Databricks.
Yeah.
So how does that help, in terms of bringing that confidence to the customers as well in terms of what Databricks is offering?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, Amit. We are practitioners like our customers.
Yes.
So I think I love having conversations with our customers. I'm meeting with a lot of customers here.
Yeah.
And what we try to do is try to remove the fluff and really talk about what is working, what can be improved, what are some of the mistakes that we made internally, so that our customers don't make the same mistakes.
Yeah.
We also partner very closely with the product teams in terms of understanding where the product is going and how we can help shape the future of the product as well. And then we do a lot of tech talks. We also do blogs, and we also share in Data and AI Summit, which is coming up in June.
Yes.
Where we'll do talks as well.
And you said you remove the noise from the actual thing, right? So can you share some of the insights, in terms of how much of it is actually fluff, or how much of it is in terms of the ROI and the impact that Databricks has seen in terms of implementing those platforms as well, like some numbers or quantitative?
Yeah, so depends on the customer. We have 12,000 customers now. Anywhere from a company like Rolls-Royce, which essentially changed the business model.
Yeah.
Where, take the example where their business model is running flight hours, where they're leasing engines rather than the airline companies procuring them. And their goal is to reduce the time it requires for maintenance.
Yeah.
And that is all run on Databricks. So you can see essentially the business is run on Databricks.
Yeah.
And we have other companies like nonprofit where you can't calculate the actual price impact, but you can calculate the impact in terms of how it is impacting the customers ultimately. So for example, Crisis Healthline.
Got it.
Where they are focused on early intervention on people who may be going through dark times and maybe thinking of suicide and others. And what they are using Databricks for is actually training
Yeah.
the trainers who actually talk to the potential people, and they were able to cut that down significantly as a result of using simulated AI to have
Wow.
those conversations. So there are numerous stories like that where essentially ROI can be measured in dollars, but it can also be measured in technology innovation, or it can be measured in the new breakthroughs that are happening. For example, Regeneron is
Yeah.
using us in drugs manufacturing, or other companies like that.
You said you work with 12,000 customers there. So just want to understand, like, while implementing all of these solutions, AI and data solutions there, and providing them the platform to help them make intelligent and informed decisions for the leaders out there and execs. Just want to understand, throughout your experience, what are some of the early signs of seeing Gen AI outcomes? How much of them is actually in the POC stage? How is Databricks helping them move away from the POC thing to actual real impact and delivering the result? You gave few examples. Like, what are some of the insights or early indicators that you have come across in terms of actually getting them to the production sorts? Yeah.
Yes, we are seeing, in the industry, there is this AI POC chasm.
Go. Yes. Yeah.
And so, 85% of the experiments don't make into production.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As you talk to customers, some of the things that we realized, and we built the product around it with Mosaic AI,
Yeah.
was trying to use general intelligence
Yeah.
with large language models and trying to make it domain specific for your products is very hard. That's why we came out with this data intelligence platform. The notion being, you have domain specific models
Yeah.
that are trained in your data, governed and secured in
Yeah.
your data center, in your cloud, and are highly reliable.
Yeah.
And so the challenge is reliability, access to data, data cleanliness, and then making sure that the domain specific models really work
Yeah.
for your domain.
Yeah.
And so we have seen significant, those are the three things that I think are some of the challenges that customers face that we have tried to help them overcome.
Got it.
We have now thousands of customers that are actually using us for Gen AI and using Mosaic AI.
Yeah.
Anywhere from, for example, FactSet, which was working on a language called FQL, which they were using for their agents, which is like a structured query language. And they wanted to convert it into English, like Andrew Karpathy's
Correct.
statement that everything should be in English.
Yeah.
But they tried to run it on OpenAI with 4.0, and they were running into 15 seconds in latency as well as 59% in accuracy.
Got it.
And so they were able to use domain-specific models with us and get the accuracy up to 85% as well as latency down to 6 seconds.
6 seconds.
So that's just one example. There are numerous examples. I'm talking to a lot of customers here,
Yeah.
for example, Freshworks and others,
Correct.
who are using a lot of Gen AI models in production now.
Amazing.
And it's amazing to see the kind of innovation that is happening in India and elsewhere.
Before we move to the India segment, also, do you see what about the data silos that is happening in companies, and like specifically talking through India market, where there's a little bit of resource crunch and people implementing Gen AI solutions. Are you seeing like how Databricks is playing a role in terms of getting their AI implementation right? Can you share some insight on that?
Yeah, I think I can talk about the data side
silo.
too. Yeah, so I think our mission has always been to democratize data and AI for all.
Yeah.
And in 2020, as an example, we came out with this pioneering concept called Lakehouse,
Yes.
which brings this best of data warehouse and the best of data lake together into a lake house.
Yes.
So essentially what used to happen previously, you would have two different data silos within a warehouse and a data lake.
Correct.
And you would have data scientists working data lake, and you would have, let's say, your SQL analysts or your Power BI analysts or Tableau analysts working on a data warehouse.
Yeah.
And then you had governance issues, and you had other challenges as well.
Got it.
And so we are seeing a huge adoption of the data lake platform, of the lakehouse paradigm.
Correct.
That has helped bust some of the data silos.
Correct.
The other thing that we then witnessed is, okay, what about cataloging? What about governance? What about security? What about lineage?
Correct.
And so that's where we came out 3 years ago with the notion of Unity Catalog,
Correct.
which sits on this Delta Lake, and that enables you to govern not only your tables, but files and AI models and things like that. And we have a lot of customers here in India are also adopting that. both in
Amazing.
terms of Lakehouse as well, both the Delta Lake format as well as the Unity. And the overall concept, we are always try to be open, multi-cloud. We run on all three clouds, and we have open sourced a lot of our products as well, and that's been our ethos, and we continue to do that.
So in terms of implementing the AI solution, right? Like
Yeah.
how important is you're setting your data strategy?
I think it's like it really starts with the data, right? So
Yes, yeah.
both structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, you want to have
Yeah.
good governance over it. You want to have metadata
Correct.
management of your structured data,
Correct.
because otherwise your hallucination rates will be much higher.
Correct.
You want to ensure that you have good access controls over it too, so that people can see only the data that they have access to, so that it has least privileged access.
Correct.
Otherwise, your AI agents can inadvertently share more data than they need to.
Absolutely.
So all of that is part of the data intelligence platform.
So I remember, I think Ali Godse said last year during the Data AI Summit that Databricks is actually taking the risk of building that USP for running your AI initiatives and deploying them in production. So once the data engine and everything is sorted, you'll be able to deploy much faster with all the things that you mentioned, like how you have built over the years with all the open source ethos and all of that. So for normal audience out there, I just want to ask one question. How would the AI world look like without Databricks?
AI world or the data world. So so I think there will be a lot more data silos.
Amazing. Okay.
I think there will be locked in with proprietary data sets,
Got it.
proprietary companies that lock your data in.
Amazing.
And essentially then you would have locked in AI models
Okay.
with general intelligence and not data intelligence. So if you look at these categories, all of those were pioneered by Databricks. So I am biased having worked at Databricks, but those would be the things that I would say.
And what are the learnings, Naveen? So you've worked previously as CIO. You were the first CIO of Databricks itself.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have CIOs before that.
Yeah.
So you have built that from scratch for Databricks, and also you worked at Palo Alto and Gap as well. What are some of the learnings made you think like, holy crap, like this is something
Very
different,
different.
very different.
Yeah.
What are some of the learnings like?
Yeah, so I think generally CIOs have a playbook,
Yes, yeah.
and you have done a CIO gig and you think that playbook will apply in all companies. It doesn't.
Okay.
And it absolutely doesn't apply at Databricks.
Okay.
And when I joined, we had like 30 or 40 people in IT.
Okay.
And they were doing some work, and prior to that,
Yeah.
and a lot of founders, like Ali being an engineering leader,
Yeah.
you have to prove to him and prove to the founders what is the value that a CIO can bring.
Correct.
And this notion of CIO can be an offensive weapon is something that I had to really demonstrate through credibility. And we had to build an IT team that is somewhat of a mirror image of engineering.
Got it.
And which is generally very different than what you would see in other IT orgs. And I would say we are still on that journey. So we are still learning, we are still improving. There is still a lot to be done there. Second, we try to keep the size of the org very small, and try to have an outsized impact with a smaller team, and reduce middle management, not have a lot of gaps between the engineers that are doing the work and the leaders that are responsible for the team, and then build a very strong relationship between business and technology. For example, some of the AI hackathons that we do internally, we do them with business. So we do them together, and we do them, and a lot of great ideas come as a result between business and IT. So those are some of the things that we adopted at Databricks, which was different than Palo Alto Networks.
Is CIO role evolving? Do you think there's a need for chief AI officers? Are their role changing now, or how does it look like?
Yeah, the CIO role always seems to be under threat. There is the CDO role, there is the chief AI officer role, there is the
chief Gen AI officer, agent officer.
Yeah. I don't worry about those things.
Okay.
What I think about is, if you look at any company, I hope you agree with me that data and AI is going to be in the heart of every company going forward.
Yep.
And who are the leaders who can help transform those companies into becoming a data AI company?
Correct.
It could be the CIO, it could be someone else, but CIOs are in a catbird's place to help do that.
Yeah.
But it will require that right kind of CIO to do that.
Got it.
And I firmly believe that there is a transformation underway similar to the internet transformation, maybe even bigger,
Got
which
it.
will transform every function within every organization, which will be AI driven.
Got it.
And the question is, who is going to help lead that charge internally?
And what would be your advice to the other CIOs that you meet from your client side and other team there, from your experience, learnings or recommendation for them in this changing world? Like,
yeah. So I talked about the CIO as an offensive weapon.
correct.
So I feel like there are 3 layers to a CIO.
Got it.
There is a CIO who is keeping the lights on, who is making sure that the trains run on time, the system is working properly.
Yeah.
Essentially doing the things that are needed to help scale the company, help make it compliant, help
Got it.
make it secure.
Got it.
That's the essential job of a CIO, right?
Correct.
The second layer is, okay, in a lot of technology companies, CIOs also play a role in talking about their products to their customers,
Correct.
like Databricks on Databricks or Palo Alto on Palo Alto,
Yes.
right? And so these are a stack on the top of the first stack. And the third stack is actually CIO being an offensive weapon within the company, which is where they can act as product incubators, product developers, and build interesting, competitive, convincing differentiators within the company, which will help internal orgs be much more agile, much faster developers, much more productive.
Got it.
And those are the 3 stages of a CIO, which would be my advice. I would say that they are accumulative,
Yeah.
rather than replacement, and you can't do second and third if you're not doing first right.
Got it. And what about the mindset the CIOs should have in leading such companies, like which are aggressively going big on AI first strategy and data first strategy there?
I think embracing ideas
Got it.
from anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel ideas come from anywhere in the org, and they can come from customers or your partners as well.
Correct.
And having that openness around listening to ideas and then executing mercilessly.
Now coming to India, right? You guys are like expanding aggressively here in India, especially in Namma Bengaluru. There you have a team here of 500 people, 100 plus data engineering team that are building amazing product from here in Bangalore. Can you share what is the strategy for Databricks growth here in India, and how does it play for the global narrative from, you said product from India to the world? So
Yeah.
what are some of those product and who's behind all of this, and your expansion strategy here at India?
Yeah, so we just opened a new office here. We
Got
are
it.
growing that, continue to grow. As
Amazing.
soon as we grow, we are out of space, so we are adding more space now. And we are hiring a lot of interns as well, so that are joining from IITs and other top colleges here.
Interesting. Yeah.
We have Rohit, who's leading the engineering team here.
Got it.
And Lakeflow Connect, which is one of our flagship products for ingestion,
Correct.
is being driven out of here.
Got it.
We also have a data science team. We have data engineering teams here. I have a pretty large data engineering team that is doing a lot of Databricks on Databricks out of India.
Got it.
They are also presenting at Data and AI Summit.
Amazing.
So we are seeing, talent is global.
Correct.
And I feel India has some of the best talent.
Correct.
And we are trying to capture that market from a talent standpoint. We don't believe in the notion of outsourcing or different type of work. We believe in equal type of work depending on where you are. That's true for IT, that's true for engineering. So for IT, it's a center of excellence here.
Yeah.
Same is for engineering. And then we also have customer support here. We obviously have sales teams as well.
That's amazing. And just a quick question, like what does it take to, join Databricks, or what are the qualities that candidates should have? You mentioned internship role you're hiring, data science role you're hiring, a lot of amazing roles there. Just for the audience, someone who's watching, what are some of the qualities they need to have to work at Databricks?
I think we obviously put a lot of emphasis on technical skills, problem
Correct.
solving skills,
Correct.
analytical and thinking skills.
Yeah.
High aptitude is a must.
Got it.
But besides those, because those would be part of the technical process,
Yeah.
we put a lot of emphasis on culture.
Yes.
And it's extremely important for us to have a unified culture globally.
Yeah.
And our culture, some of the key traits in our culture are truth seeking. So you really have individuals who have demonstrated they go to the why, and they have demonstrated behavioral examples of that.
Okay.
And they are first principle thinkers, and that they are not just following assumptions, but they are actually questioning those assumptions and coming up with solutions that are radical and could be different than first ever done.
Yeah.
Because we are in unusual position. We are growing at a $3 billion company, which is growing at 60%. There is no other enterprise company that is growing at this scale.
Yeah.
So we are often encountering problems that are first of its kind.
Yeah.
And having smart individuals that can do that are builders, is what we are looking for. So both this cultural notion of what I mentioned, customer obsession, first principle thinking, and then truth seeking, coupled with this builder mindset,
Yeah.
would help you get into Databricks.
So I want to understand, like you work with a lot of these companies, Swiggy, Zepto, and Freshworks you mentioned earlier as well. So I just want to understand, like, what do you have to say for Piyush Goyal's statement? Do you agree or disagree with that? And also the kind of engagement that you have with Indian customers. How are they leading in, say, AI revolution? He actually urged startups to work towards AI and deep tech and 3D modeling and other areas there. So I want to understand from you as a practitioner who has seen on the grassroots level, working with these companies and engaging with them. What are your views on this entire thing that is happening here in India, especially how it's evolving?
AI foundation models are interesting, they are important, but that is not where the puck is going. I feel the puck is going towards inference and model serving based. And then the puck is also going on AI applications.
Yep.
And I think Indian founders, Indian VCs are very well suited for those two areas.
Yeah.
I also see a lot of constraint-based innovation here in India, which makes it unique. And so I think focusing on what your strengths are and doing that is great. In terms of, I can't speak to the political environment. What I can say is maybe government VC partnership will also help in some of the basic sciences. And I'm sure the government is doing a lot in that respect in India as well. We work with a lot of product companies here.
Yeah.
And I have come to Bangalore over 20 years.
Yeah.
And I have seen the Bangalore of old. I actually studied here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I know the Bangalore of old and I know the Bangalore of today.
Nice.
And Bangalore, I should be saying.
Yeah.
I still have used to the old name. The city has completely transformed. It used to be a consultant's, what you would call it, in a bad way, services or body shopping, you would call it.
Yeah.
To a product-led orgs, see everywhere.
Yeah.
We work with Myntra, Dream11.
Yeah.
We work with so many companies that are doing amazing things on product innovation and on AI innovation. I was just talking to the Freshworks Sridhar, and he was mentioning he has 40 models in production already.
Wow.
On AI agents. So innovation knows no bound, and I feel innovation can happen at any level.
How is the energy of working with clients here in India versus rest of the world? Like, what difference do you see when you meet these execs or founders? What does the energy look like at this point in time?
Energy is amazing. Like, I think it reminds me of when I left college.
Okay.
It is that kind of energy, right? Like a lot of youth in these companies, very scrappy.
Got it.
Which you don't generally see in other countries. I think sometimes there is complacency, and you don't see that here.
Got it.
The work ethic is really strong
Yeah.
as well. They're price conscious
Yeah. Yeah.
because also there is a long tail here. So they are working with a customer base that is also price conscious. So that makes us a better vendor to them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we learn a lot in those interactions.
Amazing. Future looks exciting as usual. Since you mentioned about model, I think last year you guys released DBRX. I think the viewers would want to know in terms of what has happened with DBRX. Like I know it's in the open source. You guys were the first ones to release it in the release the open weights as well. And now OpenAI also is following the same stint of releasing those open weight, since the release of GPT-2 in 2019.
Yeah.
So you guys were in fact, like first ones to, understand like open source is the way, and, Sam Altman also regrets that. So what is happening with DBRX? Where is it currently being used? No news ever since that, hit the top charts. After that, nobody saw anything about DBRX.
Our goal was to prove a few points, which you eloquently
Okay.
actually mentioned. So the experiment was, one, you can have models at a fraction of the cost
Got it.
of a large language model and can get the same kind of scores or similar scores to
Yeah.
the larger models.
Yeah.
Second, open source is a valid alternative to closed source models.
Correct.
And since then, there are so many companies now that are building
Yeah.
open source models. You have Meta, you have DeepSeek, you have Mistral.
Yeah.
Now OpenAI is coming out with it. And our goal as a platform provider is to partner and provide all of those models to our customers.
Yeah.
So what our customers told us, hey, it's great that you're building foundational models,
Yeah.
but we want a platform that can use any of the model.
Got
And
it.
we want you to be open with the models that we pick. And
Got
so we have pivoted and put more emphasis on that.
And what are your thoughts on, I know we're running out of time. Just I want to know in terms of, synthetic data generation as well as agentic AI. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's talking about this.
Yeah.
So what is real? How much of it is actually in works? How much of it you have seen deployment happening where Databricks is playing a massive role
Yeah.
in these two things? So if you can share that.
Yeah, on agentic AI, we are leveraging it internally. We are seeing a lot of customers leverage it as well.
Okay.
It is still early innings. I think ultimately, as evaluation criteria improve, accuracy improves, and hallucination drops,
Correct.
you will see more actions being taken by agents
Correct.
on behalf of humans. Right now, a lot of the agents have humans in the loop,
Yes.
which makes sense.
Correct.
Because you also want to think about safe AI, you want to think about guardrails and other things.
Correct.
I also feel agentic AI can solve problems which humans traditionally would not be able to solve. So we are super excited about it. We have a full agentic AI platform on Mosaic AI that
Yes.
our customers are leveraging as well.
Last question.
Of course.
Who is Naveen like?
I am a dad.
Okay.
Husband, dad. I have two kids who are in college
Got it.
studying computer science.
Got it.
The apple hasn't fallen far from the tree.
Got it. Got it.
I am an avid hiker.
Yeah, that's good.
So
Okay.
we went to Everest Base Camp
Oh my goodness. Okay.
a year ago, which was one of the hardest things to do. We're
Got
going to
it.
Patagonia on the W trip.
Got it.
We're going to go to Switzerland as well. So love to do that
Wow.
outside of work.
Thank you so much, Naveen. Before I let you go, I think Ali also had mentioned I'm not a good person to say the last question. I keep extending it. One last question. What is your final message to all the CIOs out there, who are working in the domain with this constant change in terms of it was Gen AI, now it's agentic AI. So what is that one constant thing that you feel is going to stay for the long time? You've seen all the evolution. So what is that one message you want to tell all of our viewers out there and the leaders who are watching this?
Yeah, I would say to all CIOs or all practitioners, the next decade belongs to you. So software is going to be eaten by AI and data. And if you are practicing data and AI, be amazing. The other thing you should do is use AI in everything you do.